Good evening. The time is 11:15 p.m. and the date today is the 4th of February 2021 and the day is Thursday. Yawada in Hebrew Acknowledge T993. Yaw for the male, Ya or Ya for the female. The soul's characteristics is confrontational and aggressive, like Ya Santua. My name is Kojo, and today we're going to talk about a special subject. I went to see a friend of mine earlier. His name or his what he is called on the street is Nature Boy. So I went to see Nature Boy earlier. Basically we talk and because I'm most of the time at home on my computer. And the funny thing is, when I went to see Nature Boy today, Nature Boy had a funny question to ask me. And the question was simply, bruv, I want to understand one thing. And I said, what? He said, why is humanity so confused and suffering? It took me back for a moment because I was expecting him to say, why maybe, if anything, why is Ghana in the shithole it's in? But he was selfless. He was thinking about the bigger picture, the whole picture. He said, why is the world, why is humanity in the shit and confused state we're in? Deep down in my heart, I prayed. Because he was asking me a question, therefore he was expecting an answer. So I prayed to Nyame and I said to Nyame, please use my mouth to answer this guy, because right now this question is beyond me. And immediately I started to answer him. And the first thing I said to him was, it's because we deny God all the time. And he said, what do you mean by that? And then I gave him the example in the Bible, and I said, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. And he went out and wept bitterly. We're talking about Peter. And I said, that's why humanity is suffering, because we insult God as a whole. All the time. We deny God as a whole all the time. And that's why humanity will always be confused and suffering. And he said, how do we deny God and insult God? And this is me. Okay, Nature Boy, do you believe in your heart? Do you believe in God? He said, yes, I believe in God. And this is me, do you believe that God is perfect? And he said, yes, I believe God is perfect. And I said, do you believe that God does not make mistakes? And he said, yes, I believe God does not make mistakes. So this is me, when human being in that case turns around and says that you see that thing over there that God created, and you say, yeah, and he says, I'm going to protect you from that, because that is bad for you. So I'm going to put a law that says you shouldn't touch that because it's bad for you. And then you say, yes. And this is me, that's you saying that God made a mistake. And this is, okay, and this is me, get this. Even the Bible tells you that everything on the face of this planet was created for you. In one way, shape, or another form, it was created for you. But the Bible gives you a big warning, a mathematical warning. Not everything will suit you. Why? Because you're 20% earth and 80% water. So all the vegetation you see in front of you, you're actually only you as an individual, you only have access to 20% of them. Not all of them. So if you access the ones that you are not meant to access, then you will not grow. You may die. But certainly God knew what he was doing when he put everything here. So when the law, without any good explanation, turns around and says, this work of God is wrong, and you, the one who prays to God, the one who says you believe in God, you do not stand up and question them for questioning the act of God, then you, just like Peter, you have denied God. And I gave him the example. I said, watch, imagine you went to a spot where all the men them are chilling, and maybe the men them are, they're having a few joints. Yeah, but the joint is natural. It's natural. God made it. They don't add anything to it. They just take it as God made it, and they roll it, and then they smoke it. Fine. And I said, if the police walked in, everyone would drop it. And if the police pick up and say, you, this is yours, the first thing you would say is, no, it's not mine. First denial. Bro, I just saw you drop that. Nah, bro, you didn't see me drop it. Second denial. Are you saying I'm lying? I'm not saying you're lying, but it ain't mine. Third denial. Just by denying that which is natural is not yours when it is yours, you're denying the handiwork of God. You're saying that the policeman is right because he's trying to protect you from God. And I said to my friend, you see the faithful, they will say, listen, until you show me how God is wrong, until you show me how God is wrong and how this harms me, when I personally know it doesn't harm me, it rather enhances me. So unless you can show me not being enhanced the way I know I've been enhanced, and then you can show me that I will be ill from it when I know I won't be, it's God's handiwork. But get this, if you're in a room and the police walked in and you were not holding that, but you were holding cigarette, which is chemically infused, man-made, you will not let go of it. You will carry on smoking it. You will carry on enjoying it. And if the police say, what are you doing? You say, I'm smoking my cigarette. The police say, is it yours? You say, it's mine. You are accepting the work of the man over the hands of God. And I said, it would never sit well for us until the day we become faithful to the hands of God. And I said to him, listen, let me show you something. Yeah, let me show you something. This is where it becomes a bit weird. Listen carefully. The conversation becomes a bit weird, but not weird for me. So watch. This means, listen, civilization starts with writing, and the writing system was given to the Greeks by the Egyptians. The Egyptians are Africans. And I said, if anybody is meant to be able to explain the Egyptian language and what it may have sounded and meant, we should be able to do it. But we've lost the ability to do so. But I told them, but listen carefully to me. The Egyptians, they have 22 phonetic alphabetic characters for communication. The Akans, 22 phonetic alphabetic characters. Ewes, 22 phonetic alphabetic characters. Gans, 22 phonetic alphabetic characters. But listen, I told them, listen very carefully to this. The Egyptians, they call your soul, Ra. The word Ra, it means soul. The Akans, they say Okra, but it's a phonetic language. So you hear the word Ra at the end, but there are two things preceding it. Okura. It's a sentence. They compress a sentence that tells you not just that this is your soul, but also tells you what your soul does for you. So O means you or your. Ku means war or fight, fighting or warring. Ra, soul. So your soul is not just a soul. It's a fighting soul. Okun Ra. It's a warring soul. Okun Ra. You see? The Egyptians, they love cats. I'm coming to a point. They used to adorn cats with jewels and, gold and this and that and that. Why? Because spiritually they knew the cat was a very tough animal. And if the cat loved you, it will protect you spiritually. In Twi, they call the cat Okra. Okra. Not Okra, but this time O. O stands for it or she or he. So it, she or he. Kun, fighting, warring. Ra. It's a fighting soul. It's a warring soul. Simple as that. You see the king. Yeah, you see the king. His name was Amon Ra. He wears a dog's head, a jackal's head. A jackal's a dog. But why a dog? Why not a lion? Because the lion was never a man's friend. But the dog was. But what was special about the dog? The dog protected the human, both physically and spiritually. And look at what Akans say. They call the dog. Listen carefully. What do the Akans call the dog? Okramai. Sorry. Okramai. Yeah. Okramai. Listen carefully again. Okra mine. Okra mine. Or again, it, she or he. Ra. So, mine, the word mine, it means the nation. So it, she or he who fights for the nation, or it, he or she who wars for the nation. A God is a God. A God. And when one dog in the neighborhood makes one bark, it wakes up the whole neighborhood. So if you're a king, it means the whole nation is under your watch, under your guard. Thus, you wear even protection from the lion comes from the dog. So if you are the alpha, you are the alpha dog. You are never the alpha lion. You are the alpha dog. Okun Ra mine, the protector of the nation. And I said to him, listen very carefully. Yeah, Jesus Christ said, John 14:6. Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Except through me. So, who's Jesus Christ? He's the Son of God. He's the Son of Nyame. And it's right. You can't go to my Father if my Father has set a rule that only through me can you get to him. Do you see what I mean? And I said, listen, when the British, when they came, or when the Catholic or whoever introduced the Bible, what you have to remember, we had to give them names. Because the Bible has been written in our language. But Jesus Christ was never in our language. So the name that was given to him, that had to be formed for a reason that fits him. So they call Jesus Ewurade. Ewurade. Listen to the word carefully again. Ewurade. Again, it's a phonetic language. Just like, listen carefully, just like in the Bible, people think the word Lucifer is his name. People think Lucifer is the name of the devil. But the word Lucifer is not actually the name of the devil. It's a description of the devil. And it actually means the morning star. The word Lucifer actually means the morning star. You see? The morning star. It's the same system. So, Jesus Christ, they said in the Tree Bible, call him Ewurade. Why? Let's check out the facts about Jesus Christ. He came to die, to save our sins, and to save us from sins, and to be forgiven. So he was what? Made for death. That's the short truth of it. God specifically created his son, sent him down, and made his destiny nothing else. But no matter what, he was going to have to die before his time. Why? And then resurrect. Listen, and then resurrect. Are you listening to me? Just to show death that he, Jesus Christ, can conquer it. That's what the Bible says, and that's exactly what happened in the Bible. Okay, so let's take the name Ewurade. It's a phonetic name, so let's break it down. Ewurade. A is like English saying sorry, it's like English saying a boy. So A. Yeah? Wu means death. Death or die. Ra means soul. De means belonging. Ewurade. A deaf soul belonging. In other words, a soul belonging to death. Or in other words, one created to die for the purpose of what? Conquering death. Ewurade. And that's exactly what the Bible says Jesus Christ came to do. And my friend said, yes, you're right. And this me, okay. Now, in our language, in Hebrew Acknowledge T993, I saw them. You see vegetation, herbs and this and that, including that which the human being has put a law on to say is illegal. And you have agreed is illegal because you have offered no argument. Therefore, you have offered no defense to insult God, but you have insulted God because you have accepted it, including that one. Yeah? All these come under the name of Ewurade. Ewurade. En is again like saying plural, many. Yeah, many. So, but the other one was a singular. Ewurade, singular one sent to die for us. Ewurade, plural soul. Sorry, plural deaf soul. Ewurade, soul. Many souls sent to die for us. And I said to him, listen carefully. If you don't eat a tree, if you don't eat food, would you die? He said yes. And I said, good. But if you went to a tree and the tree offered you a fight, would you die? He said yes. And this means when you go to a tree, does it offer you a fight? He said no. And this means, why do you think that is? Because the tree is living. If you go to any animal, they evade you. Any living thing, they evade you. Why does the tree alone stand still? Because it understands that it has the power to conquer death. And it understands that it evolves through, they say, the giant, the bean that grew to be the giant beanstalk. Yeah? The bean grew to be a giant beanstalk. How? Because a human consumed it, and it grew to be bigger than it was, because the human is nothing but what the human consumes. But if the human consumes that which is not part of its chemical makeup, then the human suffers. So get this, in Wura, yeah, there are many. Ewurade, you could say what the Bible calls small gods. Small gods. In Wura, they all do different things. But there's one. Ewurade, singular. When you go into the plantation to see this one grow, remember, it's on the same soil as everything around it, but it is able to channel and take in more of the earth's atmosphere. So when you consume this particular one, you feel more. It connects you more. You feel more. But scientifically it's proven that this particular one can heal and can aid up to 32,000 diseases and ailments, and we are still going and counting. So why is this handiwork of God? Nyame, why is it illegal? And why do you accept it? And why do you deny 3 times or more when you're caught with it? What are you doing wrong? This is why we will never, as humanity, ever stand to gain from God properly. Because why? We're in self-denial. Science will even tell you that, for example, the cannabis tree, which is illegal, by the way, yeah? For example, this particular tree can help in the healing of stroke victims. Stroke victims. Why? What is the problem of a stroke victim? They've lost partial senses. Partial senses. They're unable to connect the brain, which is still there, but they're unable to connect it properly. Therefore, a part of their body, normally the left side, is unable to work. And the longer you leave it, the limper that side gets and the weaker the person gets. What does the person need? Sensory activation. Sensory activation. You can plant any tree or any plant or any herb in the same area, but there's one particular herb. It will take on more power from that same earth than any of them, and it will make its reaction on you will give you the pain relief you need, the stress relief you need, the mind release you need, the body relaxation you need, everything, plus fight cancer and help stroke victims slowly get better. But you have to apply it right. Now, if they say it's illegal and you accept it's illegal and you have cancer, but yet this illegal thing can cure cancer, and then you're praying to God to cure you, why is God gonna hear you? Because if he told you the answer was cannabism, you would tell him, God, allow him, man. You won't listen. You won't listen. And I said to my friend, I said, listen, let me show you something, yeah? You see, in Ghana, we stand differently. He said, what do you mean? And this means we stand differently. The argument is always being made in English. And the English rule is that they don't recognize nature as a human being. You see, if Iwurade is life, then understand this. If you look in the dictionary, because he said, I am life. If you look in the dictionary, the meaning of the word life tells you that plants are part of life. They are life. Animals. So Jesus Christ was saying he is everything and he is in everything. Nothing is more important than the other, but some are stronger than others. But he is in everything, because why? He is life. I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And I said to my friend, people do not understand. I said, you see, in the ancient past, you see our ancestors, they didn't worship idols. And they didn't worship nature. But they paid homage to nature, to earth. And I told them, you see the airways, you always see them. They got ahabai wrapped around them in ceremonies. The akangs, the gans, the this, the that. Because we recognize them as human beings and we recognize their protection. So whatever we're doing, they're present. When we have a new kid, we bathe them in a mixture of this and that and that and that and that. And I said, the Bible said, eat the fruits, eat the leaves to do medication for yourselves. Well, we've been doing that before the Bible came. We use the leaves all the time for medication. So it means we know. It means we know. And Jesus Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me. I said, do you understand communication and how communication works? And this is me explaining, and this me, when you make a phone call, do you know that your phone doesn't go, the call doesn't go straight to the person's phone? It hijacks onto a satellite, which amplifies your reach and gets you there. And this me here, and this me prayer is the same. Your prayer is the same. You don't know who your judge is, but let me tell you who the judge is. The judge is 4: earth, water, air, and sun. The coming together of these 4 things is who you are, life. You're 20% earth, 80% water, air is absolute to you, and the sun for your growth, photosynthesis. These 4 things are who you are. How you live with the sun will report. How you live with water will report. How you live with earth will report. How you live with air will report. All 4 reports are put together to make, let's say, what you did when you were here. It's not actually what I say about you or what you did to me, because you didn't do anything to me. Everything you did to earth, water, air, and sun. Because that's who I am. So when you do me wrong, you've done it to earth, water, air, and sun. That's why they say you can never hide anything. Because when you kill me, my body goes back to earth. Earth knows what happened to me. Water goes back to water. Water knows what happened to me. Air goes back to air. Air knows what happens to me. Sun goes back to sun. Sun knows what happens to me. 4 elements knows what happened to me. It means everything knows what happened to me. It means you see you're not actually free. Because everything knows. What is everything? Water, air, earth, and the sun. 4 elements. Do you see what I mean? I told him straight. Until we accept the hand of God, it can't be illegal. and rather we pray for divine intervention to understand how to use it, we will never succeed. So I said, in Ghana here, we have a strong argument using our cultural heritage, which says that the tree, when it's on your plate, is aduane. Because it's dead, it's about to make the ultimate sacrifice for you to live. The dogs are going crazy. Akan Twi, man. Damn straight. Akan Twi, man. The nation's fighting soul, the nation's warring soul, the top dog. You see what I mean? But like I'm saying, we stand to argue that, listen, our ancestors had to hide the truth, and they had to hide the truth where the lie was being given to them. And the truth is, yes, the Bible is the way, Jesus is the way, but you have to know who Jesus is. And I told my friend, let me tell you something. If we were meant to eat human beings, then this is what would have happened. When a human being sees another human being, they will fight and hide because they know they'll be eaten by a human being. But it'll be confusing, won't it? If a human being stands still and you eat that human being, that's like an ultimate sacrifice. But no human being will ever do that. Who has ever met the human being sent to die to save them? But get this, have you met a tree? Aduane, bibi ni, bro ni, aduane, tree ni, bibi ni, black ni, bro ni, white ni, same surname. Family. Human being. Our culture recognizes the tree as a human being. And until we fight for the freedom of our brothers and sisters, aduane, we can never expect to fully gain our freedom. Because get this, them being held captive is against God's rules. And is an insult to God. And it is man telling God that, God, you're not perfect. And man is here to correct your bad handiwork. And until the faithful become faithful, we will suffer. To prove a point, I told him, listen, you see the Bible? It says, in the first day, Genesis 1, verse 1, and it tells you everything. And it gets to the fifth day. It gets to the fifth day, because it starts on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is today, Thursday. It says that God created earth. And then put all the animals in there. Well, in Hebrew Iconology T993, they call earth and they call land asase, yeah. Ya denotes that they are saying that Earth was born on Thursday because their calendar, just like the Hebrews, just like the Egyptians, just like the Greeks, just like the Freemasons, begins on Sunday to Saturday and not Monday to Sunday like the English. It puts everything in line with the Bible story. Asasiya, the one, and they say Mother Earth. Ya means it's the female. Earth is a female, born on Thursday, according to our ancestors. And our ancestors say she's confrontational and aggressive. Yes, volcanoes, eruptions, twisters, this, that, hurricanes, you name it. But she does all that to keep a balance of life. We are throwing away our culture which saves life, which is meant to save all lives in the world. We're throwing away that culture. You see, get this. It is not a secret, but it is a secret. Let me show you something. Ghanaians do not know this. You see the swastika? You see the swastika? It's not a German symbol. It's an African symbol. But the funny thing is, you see the swastika? Akans used to use it. Akans have it. Gans have it. Always have it. We called it Ene. Ene means today. That sign, we called it Ene. Ene means today. And should I tell you what it was about? Look at the swastika properly. It's not actually an evil sign. You've got a box. There are four corners of the world. Each little thing looks like a foot. This is the idea. If someone starts spreading swastikas around, this is what they are saying. They have an ideology. They believe the whole world should groove to this ideology. If they think it's by force, it doesn't matter that they use the swastika. The swastika does not denote force. It denotes how they're going to do it. You have to put boots on the ground in the four corners of the world, just like Hitler tried to do. So it represents putting your army on the ground in all four corners to control it. Or it represents spreading your idea, your ideology to reach the four corners of the world. Now this can be a good thing or this can be a bad thing. Do you know how the Akans used to use it? It was the rich merchants, and the Akans had many ways, coded languages of speaking. And you would never understand why they gave you this particular stamp. So you buy something from them, you come to deal gold with them, and they give you this stamp. You go to another Akan, you show them your credentials, they look at the stamp, they may deal with you. But that stamp tells them, just how much trust you have in their system. Should you be allowed to roam around? A stamp could be the reason why no one else deals with you and you don't understand why. A stamp could be the reason why just one person is willing to deal with you. They're trying to control you because they know you. Maybe they don't want to make you angry. Listen, let me show you. The Akans, their war tactic is an animal. Is an animal. And the animal is called a porcupine. A porcupine. Kotoko. And why a porcupine? The Akans, they don't want war. They believe in self-defense. They believe in self-defense. You see, a porcupine, it will never trouble a lion. But when a lion troubles it, it gives its back. It gives its back. But you know why it gives its back? And it will keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that till it gets away. It doesn't want war. is a defensive tactic, but that defensive tactic could still end up killing a lion. So just because I'm running doesn't mean I'm leaving the fight. And let me end on this note. In Akan, we say the word fight. We say the word fight is called Ntokwa. And I asked my friend, this means, do you know what Ntokwa means? He said, fight. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. This means, listen to the word carefully. Ntokwa. And I said, okay, throw a blow, but miss me, and then stay still. He threw to the left of my side and missed me and stayed still. And this means you've missed. Now look, you're open. Yeah? So now listen to the word carefully. And do not throw. And kwa. Do not throw. Kwa means foolishly or just like that. Yeah? So do not throw foolishly or just like that. So, and I said, so look, you have thrown foolishly because you have missed, but you've left yourself open. So now look, me, I'm not foolish. So I don't do Ntokwa. Yeah? I don't throw just like that. I aim. So look, wang. Ntokwa is an advice. It's telling you this is a moment of tactical abilities. Tactical abilities that one should be ready to make sure that every blow you throw counts. Don't throw because get this, each blow you throw makes you tired, giving your enemy a chance. But if each blow you throw lands, soon your enemy will fear you and won't even realize you're tired. So don't just throw. Throw with precision, throw with aim, and throw with reasoning. Ntokwa.
Me pesa mi sano